Hello, my name is Freda, and in this video, I'm going to take a look at the anatomy of the brachial plexus. I made the lesson so simplified that anyone who wishes to learn about the anatomy of the brachial plexus wouldn't find this difficult. And please, in the course of this video, if you have any question, please drop it in the comment box. Brachial plexus is defined as a network of nerves that innervates the muscles of the upper extremity or upper limb. The brachial plexus is formed by the anterior rami of spinal nerve C5 to T1. C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. These 5 spinal nerves forms the brachial plexus. They finally give rise to terminal branches, which are responsible for the motor and sensory innervation of the upper limb. They also give rise to pre-terminal branches that leaves the plexus at different points along its length. As we continue, I want to look at the parts of the brachial plexus. Brachial plexus has 5 different parts. Number 1, we have the roots. I aforementioned that the roots of the brachial plexus are C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. They are 5 in number. The roots are seen in relation to the scalene muscle. They are seen between the scalene muscles. Number 2, we have the trunk. The brachial plexus has 3 trunks. These trunks are seen in relation to the base of the posterior triangle of the neck. We have the superior trunk, the middle trunk, and the inferior trunk. Next, we'll look at the divisions of the brachial plexus. Brachial plexus has 6 divisions, 3 anterior division and 3 posterior divisions. These divisions runs behind the clavicle. Next, we have the cords. The brachial plexus has 3 cords: the lateral cord, the medial cord, and the posterior cord. This cord is seen around the second part of the axillary artery. Lastly, we'll look at the terminal branches of the brachial plexus. The brachial plexus has 5 terminal branches. Now, this is the picture depicting the roots of the brachial plexus. The roots are 5 in number, emanating from the spinal nerve C5 to C8. Now we have 3 terminal branches emanating from the roots. These branches are the nerve to longus colli. This nerve root value C5 and C6. Next, we have the long thoracic nerve. The long thoracic nerve emanates from root C5, C6, C7. This nerve innervates the serratus anterior muscle. We have over here nerve to phrenic, root value C5. And we have the dorsal scapular nerve, root value C5. The dorsal scapular nerve innervates the levator scapulae, rhomboid minor and rhomboid major. Next, we'll look at the trunk of the brachial plexus. I have aforementioned that there are three trunks of the brachial plexus. The superior trunk is formed by the unification of the root of C5 and the root of C6. The superior trunk is formed by the root of C7 alone. The inferior trunk is formed by the unification of C8 and T1. This trunk of the brachial plexus has pre-terminal branches. The pre-terminal branches are: number 1, nerve to subclavius from the superior trunk. Also from the superior trunk, we have the suprascapular nerve, root value C5 and C6. This nerve innervates the supraspinatus and the infraspinatus. The middle trunk and the inferior trunk have no pre-terminal branch. We proceed to the divisions of the brachial plexus. How is the division formed? The divisions formed. Each of this trunk of the brachial plexus divides into two. So we see the anterior trunk dividing into two, forming an anterior division and a posterior division. The middle trunk also divides, and so also the inferior trunk, divided into anterior and posterior division. So we'll have an anterior division, an anterior division, and an anterior division. We also have the posterior division, and a posterior division. All will have 3 anterior division and 3 posterior division. Please note that the divisions of the brachial plexus has no pre-terminal branch. To proceed to the chords of the brachial plexus. The brachial plexus has 3 chords. Above, we have the lateral chord. The lateral chord is formed by the unification of the anterior division of the superior and the middle trunk. Their anterior divisions form the lateral chord. Also, we have the posterior chord. The posterior chord is formed by the posterior division of the superior trunk, the posterior division of the middle trunk, and the posterior division of the inferior trunk. These 3 unify to form the posterior chord. And lastly, we'll have the medial chord. The medial chord is formed by the anterior division of the inferior chord alone. The pre-terminal branches emanating from the chords of the brachial plexus are as follows. We have the lateral pectoral nerve emanating or originating from the lateral chord. The lateral pectoral nerve supplies the upper fiber of pectoralis major. I will have from the posterior chord to my left the upper subscapular nerve, and to my right we'll have the lower subscapular nerve. This nerve innervates the subscapularis, the upper and lower part of subscapularis, respectively. We also have in the middle subscapular nerve or the thoracodorsal nerve. This nerve innervates the latissimus dorsi. We proceed to the medial chord. The medial chord also have 3 pre-terminal branches. To my right, we have the medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm. This nerve innervates the skin of the medial aspect of the forearm, root value C8 and T1. I will have in the middle the medial cutaneous nerve of the arm. The medial cutaneous nerve of the arm innervates the medial aspect of the arm, the skin of the medial aspect of the arm. And lastly, we look at the lateral pectoral nerve. The lateral pectoral nerve to my left. This nerve innervates the pectoralis minor, root value C8 and Ty. We proceed to look at the terminal branches of the brachial plexus. The lateral cord of the brachial plexus give out a terminal nerve here. This is the musculocutaneous nerve. The musculocutaneous nerve innervates the flexor muscles, coracobrachialis, biceps, and the brachialis muscle. It also gives out a contribution to form the lateral roots of the median nerve. Next, we have the terminal branches of the posterior cord. Over here, we have the axillary nerve. The axillary nerve root value C5 and C6. The axillary nerve innervates the teres minor and the deltoid muscle. Also from the posterior cord, we have the radial nerve. The radial nerve root value C5 to C8 and T1. This nerve innervates all the extensor muscles of the arm and forearm. I will have from the medial cord the ulnar nerve below. The ulnar nerve C7, C8, and T1. The ulnar nerve innervates the flexor muscles on the ulnar part of the forearm, the intrinsic muscles of the hand, and skin of the ulnar parts of the hand. That is about 1.5. The median nerve formed by the median roots of the medial cord and the lateral parts is formed as a contribution from the lateral cord. The median nerve innervates the deep flexor muscles of the arm, of the forearm. It also descends to pass through the carpal tunnel to innervate the two radial lumbricals and the thenar muscle. We shall end the video here. In our next class, I will be discussing the origin, course, and branches of each of the nerves emanating from the brachial plexus. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more video. Thank you.